As announced earlier today, the Windsor, Ontario native has been nails for the Bruins in between the pipes this year. Frederick Brunet and Ian Mitchell will start on defense. Jeffrey Viel, Patrick Brown, the Bruin captain, and Tyler Pitlick will start as the forwards against Colton Ellis for the T-Birds, and we are underway in the playoffs here in Game 1. Ellis was 5-1 against the Bruins this year. Matthew Pekka in the corner. Matt Luff up to the point. That blocked by a leg. That's Viel. Danced over to the corner and handled by Brunet, but lost it off his stick to Pekka, off a couple of sticks, and bouncing back into the corner for Viel. Now Pekka will shovel one behind the net. Try to wrap around out in front, and it's picked off there by Pitlick, but he turned it over to Alexandrov, who was the hero here a couple of weeks ago, just about 3 weeks ago, where Springfield came back in the final 90 seconds to beat Providence, and Patrick Brown clears the puck out of the zone. Bruins will go out for a change, 50 seconds deep here into Game 1. Hunter Skinner will hold it for the T-Birds all the way down, and that is an early icing, 58 seconds deep into the contest. Springfield won 7 of 12 in the regular season against the Bruins, and were successful here in this building as well. Michael DiPietro 2-3-1 against the T-Birds this year. Face off to the left side of Ellis. Bruins line of Patra, Lettieri, and Lashmelis out there on the ice. Up the wall from Mason Millman. Patra one touch over to Lashmelis, who can't handle it. And it's tapped back into the Bruins zone. Crashing into the boards was Millman, able to win the puck over to Patra in the middle. Patra right through the D. Drops it for Lettieri. Lettieri an early shot. That one got a deflection and went wide. Behind the net, Patra. Looking out front. Handled by Daniil Mizul. Dished over to the circle. Lashmelis looking for Lettieri. Picked up Patra, top of the circle. Patra looking down for Lettieri. It was intercepted there by Leo Loof and onto the stick of the rookie Dalibor Dvorsky. 2023 draft pick Dvorsky chipped into the Bruins zone, but that is an icing, a mistake from the rookie, as that chip in was from outside the red line, so the Bruins will get another face-off in the T-Bird zone. 18:08 to go in the first period. The 2025 Providence Bruins playoffs are fueled by Dunkin'. Stay up to date on the latest news, matchups, and ticket information at providencebruins.com/2025playoffs. 18:08 to go in this first period. Off the faceoff, Wahlstrom a shot and an early save for Ellis. Fraser Minton out there with Oliver Wahlstrom and Riley Duran tonight. Minton, who had a hat trick in Springfield, one of his first games as a Bruin. He'll hold the puck tapped over to Riley Duran, the former Providence Friar. Both players played NHL games with Boston in the month of April. Spilling is Wahlstrom. Up the wall, Zach Dean, who battled injury most of the year but got healthy just in time for the playoffs for the T-Birds. Samuel Johannesson. Miscommunication there for the T-Birds, and Brunet, fresh off the bench, will take it behind the net. He got tripped down to the ice, doesn't get the call, and the T-Birds get away with the turnover. They'll spin it left to right and chip it in. Riley Tufte for John Farinacci, and out wide now to Fabian Lysell. Lysell stops, drops Tufte a shot. Rebound chance, and couldn't get a stick on it. That was Ian Mitchell on the backside. Mitchell passed through the middle to Tufte, behind the back now to Lysell. Out wide, tries to walk through. Tufte a deflection. That one goes a little bit wide. Trickled just wide of the far post of Ellis, as we're now more than 3 minutes into this first period. Fabian Lysell burns an edge in the middle. Gets it over to Brown, a shot just wide to try to rebound chance, and Ellis got a piece of that one too. Up high to Ortiz. Rister flashes wide of the near post. Down low now, Mason Millman across now for Jeffrey Viel. Takes his shoulder from Matt Luff, separating him from the puck, and the T-Birds can escape. A couple of players spilling out onto the ice early. It is warm here. A quick shot, save DiPietro from Matt Luff. His first of the contest. Right wing side now for Matt Luff. A rebound chance for Alexandrov. Off the wall, DiPietro will freeze it. 15:57 to go in this first period. A couple of good chances in the last 30 seconds for each team. Matt Luff and then Alexandrov, who scored here on March the 30th, 2 goals in the final 134 to beat the Bruins. T-Birds had the empty net down the other end and were able to get to and turn it around completely. Ortiz spins one around far side. Lettieri chopped into the middle now for Patra. Patra around Matthew Pekka, one-handed around looking for Leshmilis behind the net. Leshmilis, Patra couldn't find Lettieri out front, too much mustard on the pass. Patra out wide on the right side. Sends some snow up into the air. Chip behind now for Leshmilis. Shielding it aside from Pekka. Callahan in the middle. Mizul. Duran. Up high, Callahan. Out wide now to Mizul. High to Minton. A change up, that one gloved by Ellis. He'll get the freeze, 15:05 left. Fraser Minton will take the draw. 15:05 to go in this first period. Shots one apiece. Minton off the draw, picked up by Scott Harrington. Quickly turned back over. Quickly onto it is Wallstrom. A Bruin teammate joins the fray, but it comes out to a shirt in white. Minton gloves it down. Wallstrom tries to get a wrister away and fanned on it. Chipped in from Drew Callan out of Middleton, Wisconsin. Mizul. Mike Callahan handles behind the net. Daniil Mizul picked up in a trade with the Devils organization in March. 14.5 to play in the first. Out wide quickly is Skinner. Snapped that one, and he had some space. It went wide. Wheeled around to Drew Callan on the right side. Mitchell. Twists one around for Minton, up the wall. Sent back into the opposite corner, Frederick Brunet. Mitchell. On the diagonal for Farinacci. Around for Riley Tufte. Farinacci looking out front, goes off a body. Ellis, rebound chance, saved by Tufte. A rebound is covered by the Springfield netminder, and that was the best chance for either team in the opening 6 minutes. And Colton Ellis made the save. He's been good early. We'll hit our first media timeout with 13:51 to go in the first. Still no score here in Game 1. Bruins fans, Duncan is offering fans like you the chance to win an upgraded glass seats for a P. Bruins playoff game this season. Go to ProvidenceBruins.com to enter for the chance to win an upgrade to glass seats for your next P. Bruins playoff game. Fueled by Duncan. Austin Rook with you here on AHL TV. 13:51 to go in the first period here in Game 1 of the Atlantic Division quarterfinals. Best of 3. So with Game 2 of this series being in Springfield on Friday, Sunday is not guaranteed. It would be back here at home if necessary for the Bruins at 3:05. Bruins 14-2-2-1 since Christmas here in this building. One of those losses in regulation were to these T-Birds. Also lost in a shootout to Springfield after the new year as well. In the middle, Ortiz lets it go after the faceoff win. Millman from the left side. Didn't get all the way through to Ellis. Stretch pass for Zach Dean off of Ortiz's stick into the corner. Millman up the wall for Ortiz. Turn the puck over into the middle. Dvorsky. Nice pass into the slot. Backhand. And they score! It's Zach Dean! First goal of Game 1 goes the way of the visitors. Springfield, Zach Dean gets the scoring started. Off a heck of a pass from the rookie Dalibor Dvorsky. Just one goal in the regular season for Zach Dean. He gets one here in the playoffs. It's 6:32 of the opening period. Just the third shot of the game, a nifty backhand right over the right shoulder of DiPietro, and the Bruins trail 1-0 here in Game 1. Bruins have not won a playoff series in 8 years, and not the way you want to start in Game 1. Should mention that it's 8 years on the calendar, but only 6 playoffs in that time. This is Lushmilis, touched into the middle for Vinny Lettieri, who's tormented Springfield over the years. Flipped on the backhand into the glove of Ellis. Face-off will be in the attacking end. Just a hair under 13 minutes to go in this first period. Zach Dean from Dvorsky at 6:32 has given Springfield the 1-0 lead. Patrick Brown's going to get tossed out of the circle. So VL will take it. The line's been really good for Providence. Pitlick into the middle. Can't get a clean shot away. It's blocked by a couple of T-Birds. Up high now to Brunet. A wrister, that one gloved by Ellis. So the lone assist for Dvorsky in his first playoff game gets the apple on the goal by Zach Dean. Battled injury in the regular season, Zach Dean. Traded in the spring of 2023 in the Ivan Barbashev deal with the Vegas Golden Knights. Was a first-round pick by Vegas. Mitchell flashes wide, couldn't get the tip. Bottom of the circle now for Brunet. One-timer in tight, blocked again. And now 3-on-2 the other way for Springfield. Out wide for Luff on the diagonal looking for Alexandrov, and he can't get a stick on it. Brown chipped into the middle. Recovering is Mitchell. Patrick Brown has a man in Pitlick across. A shot! That one off the glove of Ellis. Viel, a rebound chance. That one goes wide and held in by Mason Millman well at the right point. Brown, one touch over to Pitlick, was picked up by the back-checking Alexandrov. 12 minutes to go in the first. 1-0 T-Birds. Millman for Riley Duran. Wallstrom tried to slide it over to Fraser Minton just a little bit behind him. Millman tied up with Scott Harrington behind the net, wins possession. Up top to Ortiz, back down the wall to Fraser Minton. Twirls a wrister, that one blocked all the way back to center. Ortiz will fire it back in with 11.5 to go in this first. Mizule, left side, sends one in, nobody there. Drew Callan will sky one out to center. It's gloved down there Mizule, left side, by Tufte. Mizule, now Callahan. Callan will sky one out to center. Chipped in by Fabian Lysell. Behind the net for Riley Tufte. Tufte with Farinacci in support. The Dean line out there again for the T-Birds. Zach Dean, the goal scorer, drops it back to his goaltender. with under 11 minutes to go here in the first. Up the right side. That is icing on Springfield, their third of the first period. 10:49 to go in the first, as Alec Kaskamaki couldn't touch that puck. 10:49 to go in the first, as Alec Kaskamaki couldn't touch that puck. Bruins get quickly the line of Patra, Letary, and Lashmilis out there. Patra wins the draw. Mitchell tried to fire it into the middle for Lashmilis, was blocked. Regrouping at center now and walking to his own blue line is Frederick Brunet, who won the team's Best Defenseman award on Sunday, or Saturday, against Bridgeport. Mitchell in the corner. Lashmilis tried to get it out of the zone, stopped there by Otto Stenberg. Backhanded out by Lashmilis over to Corey Schoeneman. Schoeneman and Skinner. Been a great D pair for the T-Birds this year. Andonovsky chipped into the middle. Mitchell back into the corner. Scored straight to the opposite corner now. Brunet up the wall. Letary back into the corner. Had 2 points in the game here on Saturday against Bridgeport. Bruins won that game 3-2 to clinch the 3 seed. Mitchell. But things were so tight in the Atlantic Division this year that Springfield is no ordinary 6 seed. Picked off by Brunet. A bad turnover, and Pekka fired one over the bar. Uncharacteristic turnover there from Frederick Brunet. Now Matt Luff from a bad angle scores! He squeaked it by DiPietro from a bad angle, and this has been an outstanding start for the T-Birds, and the Bruins are stunned. Matt Luff in his first game back since March the 29th puts one past DiPietro at his near post, and it's 2-0, 10.5 minutes into the game. Oh boy. Puts one past DiPietro at his near post, and it's 2-0, 10.5 minutes into the game. Oh boy. Exactly 4 minutes in between the T-Birds' goals as Matt Luff puts one in on DiPietro from a bad angle that hit all of his body and went over his back and in. 2 goals on 4 shots for the T-Birds. The Bruins need to wake up and wake up fast. 2 goals on 4 shots for the T-Birds. Riley Duran to the backside. Wallstrom, and that one goes wide and up and out of play. 9:10 left in this first period, and this crowd is stunned. 9:10 left in this first period, and this crowd is stunned. Can't ask for a better start if you're the Springfield Thunderbirds coming in. We're 10 minutes and 50 seconds into the playoffs, and they've already put 2 past the AHL's best goaltender this year. Luff from Pekka at 10:32, and it's 2-0. Past the AHL's best goaltender this year. Luff from Pekka at 10:32, and it's 2-0. .9:10 to go in this first period. 2-0 Springfield is the score. Minton will get his line out there on the ice and take the face-off in the Springfield end. 4 saves in the early going for Colton Ellis, who's looked good so far. DiPietro's looked the opposite. Quickly the other way come the T-Birds. They'll just get a puck on net to test the goalie, as Corey Schoeneman will dig one into the glove of DiPietro. He'll just get his 3rd save of the night. 9 minutes to go in the first. Face off to DiPietro's left side. He'll just get his third save of the night. 9 minutes to go in the first. Face off to DiPietro's left side. Out wide with some spaces, Duran tries to take it out wide. Got a check down to the ice. Absorbed the hit. And the Bruins barely able to keep it in with Millman. Sent in well on the diagonal for Minton. Got his stick lifted in the corner. Corey Schoeneman plays it well. Tried to send it out of the zone. Stopped there by Callahan, who fires one in. And a save with the right pad for Colton Ellis. Callahan with a hard hit on Stenberg at center, but he gets the puck in deep. Miss Ewell for the Bruins with 8:15 to go in this first period. Bruins down a pair. 2 goals, 4 minutes apart at 6:32 and 10:32 for the T-Birds. Callahan just looks disjointed on the part of the Bruins right now. Springfield has come out and punched them in the teeth. Callahan just looks disjointed on the part of the Bruins right now. Springfield has come out and punched them in the teeth. Potter up the wall. Miss Ewell from Callahan at the left circle. Up the wall on the left side. Tied up is Lashmilis. Miss Ewell from Callahan. Sent back into the Providence zone for Frederick Brunet, fresh off the bench. 7.5 to go in this first period. Sent back into the Providence zone for Frederick Brunet. He'll wait to set things up. He's got Lettieri on his right. Backhands it out of the zone, but turns the puck right over. A big hit there for Patrick Brown. But the Bruins can't get the puck out of their own zone. Alec Kaskamaki up the wall on the left side, twirls it around for Zach Dean, who scored the first goal for Springfield. Back into the Springfield zone from Tyler Pitlick. Millman. Wrister blocked by Kaskamaki at the top of the circle and chipped out by Springfield again. Only as far as Mitchell, who gets it in, handled by Ellis behind the net. 6:40 to go as Ellis fires up the wall. Tapped nicely into the middle by Alexandrov. Dvorsky, now Kaskamaki will slide one into the zone. Millman for Providence on the left side. Takes a hit from Matthew Pekka, the Springfield captain. The hits are a little bit harder in the playoffs. A couple of players have already sprawled out onto the ice as a result of hits. 4 players battling for the puck now behind the net. Pekka in there, Lysell for Providence. Comes free to Matt Luff. Flipped out into the Bruins zone where it's handled there by Ortiz. Left wing pass for Farinacci and dropped back now to Daniil Mizul. Tufte tried to spin with it and feed out for Lysell, but couldn't untie his stick. Now Mizul struggling, and he's going to pick up a penalty. Struggling, tracking back, and handling the speed of Matt Luff was Daniil Mizul, and now the Springfield Thunderbirds will go on the power play. Up 2 with 5:46 to go in the first. It's danger time early. On the power play, up 2 with 5:46 to go in the first. It's danger time early. These players are taking a home break prize pack giveaway items, courtesy of friends at Centerville Bank. Learn more about Centerville Bank by scanning the code on the scoreboard or visiting centervillebank.com. So the T-Birds go on the power play for the first time. In these playoffs, they were 8th in the league during the regular season on the power play at just over 20%. Bruins ended up 2nd in the league on the kill at 85.7% on the year. This Providence Bruins penalty kill presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island. And this is as big a penalty kill as the Bruins have had all season long. Tripping the call on Missoula as Dvorsky holds it up high. Dalibor Dvorsky in the right circle. Looks across, tossed up top to Johannesson. Out wide, Alexandrov. Down low down to Luff. Hopped on him a little bit. The half wall, Alexandrov. Fakes the shot down below the end line to Luff, who trades places with Alexandrov. Cross for Dvorsky and a kick save and a good one from DiPietro. Glove down by VL. Half-hearted shorthanded bid. Sent in by Brown, an easy save for Ellis. Just about a minute gone on the penalty to Missoula for a trip. Dancing with it is Johannesson at his own blue line. 4:45 to go in the first period. Bruins trail by a pair. Out wide now for Drew Callan. Into the corner, Riley Duran. He'll clear it. Out wide now for Drew Callan. Into the corner, Riley Duran. He'll clear it. Around the wall, looking for Dean all the way down. Dean let it go at center. Twirling with it is VL. Tried to shift it across for Farinacci. Can't connect on the pass, but it's keep away time in the corner for Jeffrey VL. Back the other way come the T-Birds, though. Can't connect on the pass, but it's Michael Bushinger. Up top, Zach Dean. Down the wall, Bushinger. Out of the box comes Missoula. Dean off of a stick behind the net. Stenberg. Tap to the corner. Ortiz will try to shovel it out of the zone. Up high into the air. Handled by Stenberg. Two Bruins battling for the puck as well into the corner. 3.5 to go in the first period. Bruins able to kill off the penalty. Callahan trying to find a spark somewhere for this Providence team as it's dumped in by Callahan. Backhanded in on Ellis. Off the wall from Letary, and he'll cover it up. 3:13 left in the period. Backhanded in on Ellis. Off the wall from Letary, and he'll cover it up. 3:13 left in the period. Face off to the left side of Ellis. Schooneman out of the zone, up the wall. Not going to get to the line for an icing. Chased down by Mitchell. Millman, now Letary all the way down, and that's going to be icing on the Bruins. Chased down by Mitchell. Millman, now Letary all the way down, and that's going to be icing on the Bruins. Face off to the right side of DiPietro, 2:59 to go in the first. Pekka tapped up top. Schooneman, now Skinner. That one got a piece of DiPietro and went wide. Patra. Battling two T-Birds for the puck. Off the wall, Mitchell. Millman, left circle. Pass through the middle is picked off. Quickly back in, a shot from Andonovski and a save for DiPietro. Turnover after turnover after turnover, and Bruins are down 2-0. Not as a result of those turnovers, but could very easily be 4 or 5 at this point. Bruins are down 2-0. Not as a result of those turnovers, but could very easily be 4 or 5 at this point. 2:35 left in the first. Shots 8-7 T-Birds. 2 goals on the 8 shots. Goals from Dean and Luff. 8-7 T-Birds, 2 goals on the 8 shots. Callahan, after the faceoff win for the Bruins, out to center. Cale Kessie out there for Springfield. They get their fourth line out there on the ice. Tapped in from Drew Callan. Mizule up the wall, left side, Tyler Pitlick, 34 years of age. Tied for the team lead in goals this year with Riley Tufte and Vinny Lettieri at 21. Patrick Brown, the Bruin captain, at 16 himself, tries to will it in on Ellis. Puck still loose as Ellis is scrambling out for it to cover it up, and they finally blow the whistle. Crowd hates the call as they bail out Colton Ellis. Pitlick had come away with the puck, and they'll blow it dead with 1:56 left in the period. Face-off will be in the attacking zone, but they might have let that one go prematurely. Face-off will be in the attacking zone, but might have let that one go prematurely. Minton will take the draw. Bruins looking to turn the tide here. They can't keep the draw in the zone. Bruins looking to turn the tide here. Can't keep. Bruins have had their fair share of good play in this period, but they've also had some pretty rough moments as well, and the T-Birds have capitalized. The Bruins haven't. It's that simple. Mitchell ran, trying to get it out of the zone. Wallstrom trying to join the fray as it's dumped back into the Bruins' corner. Brunet is there. Wallstrom trying to drag it out as well. Minute 20 to go here in the first. Mitchell. Another turnover in their own zone. Andonovski couldn't handle the pass. Into the corner, Bushinger now. As Minton chasing, glove down by Andonovski. Pass into the corner. Too hot. Minton picks it off. Duran. Under a minute to go now in the period. Wallstrom. He'll be dispossessed by Scott Harrington, who will just hold it in between the circles for the time being. Dispossessed by Scott Harrington, who will just hold it in between the circles for the time being. Brown in the middle, kicked away by Kaskamaki. He'll possess. Skinner and now Corey Schooneman, 30 to go in the period. In the middle, kicked away by Kaskamaki. He'll possess. Mason Millman. Right side pass. The Bruins try to pick one off here at the end of the period. VL dances into the middle now for Brown, out wide. Up top, Millman can't handle it at the point. Try to pick one off here at the end of the period. Ortiz back into the zone with 10 seconds left in the period. Turned over to VL, can't find it out front. Back into the zone with 10 seconds. Quick shot from Millman and a glove save by Ellis to end the period. Well, you know, 20 minutes gone here at the Amp, and if you're a Bruins fan, this is not exactly what you wanted to see out of your team. Down 2-0 after 20 minutes here in Game 1 of the Calder Cup playoffs. But the good news is there's still 40 minutes to play in this game, which means plenty of time to turn it around. Goals in the period at 6:32 and 10:32 from Zach Dean and Matt Luff, respectively. Both their first of the playoffs, of course. Shots ended up 8 apiece between the teams, as well as the Bruins get punched in the mouth in the opening 20. Can they respond with a punch back of their own? We expected a heavyweight fight in this series. The T-Birds landed the first punch. How will the Bruins respond? We've got 40 minutes to figure that out. This is Providence Bruins hockey on AHL TV. How will the Bruins respond? We've got 40 minutes to figure that out. This is Providence Bruins hockey on AHL TV. How will the Bruins respond? We've got 40 minutes to figure that out. This is Providence Bruins hockey on AHL TV.
Bruins return the favor. That was Gallant giving Sampson his receipt. Meanwhile, a shot by Crowd got blocked up and out of play. And there is going to be another penalty here. Roughing the signal made by the referee. Neither Sampson or Gallant seem to be in any hurry to go to the box, but now it will be Ethan Sampson stepping back into the sin bin. Sampson went there before, getting matching roughing minors with Tristan Brose. That didn't result in a power play for the Penguins, but this time Sampson getting a little bit too overzealous in his physical play will give the Penguins an IBEW Nika power play with 28.5 seconds left before the first intermission. Penguins power play set a franchise record this season at 21.3%. That was good for fourth in the league. And just like the Phantoms, they were hot on the power play in the season series, 24.5% head-to-head against Lehigh Valley. Fourth in the league. And just like the Phantoms, they were hot on the power play in the season series, 24.5% head-to-head against Lehigh Valley.
Second period getting ready to start here in Providence as the visiting Springfield Thunderbirds, the 6th seed, are up 2-0 on the 3 seed Providence Bruins. Austin Rook with you here on AHL TV. Very important middle frame here for the Bruins if they want to get back into this. It was a lackluster first period, but we said it going into break at the end of the first. That's the beauty of hockey. You've got, after the first period, it might be bad. Well, you've got 2 more periods to turn it around, and the Bruins have done that multiple times this year. They're going to need to do it with a little more pressure on the line if they don't want to go to Springfield on Friday needing a win to save their season. They've got to turn it around here. Shots were 8 apiece in that first period. Goals in the first from Springfield Zach Dean and Matt Luff at 6:32 and 10:32 respectively. Patrick Brown, Tyler Pitlick, Jeffrey VL will start for the Bruins and will skate left to right here in the second. T-Birds certainly not afraid of this Bruins team, and the Bruins have not been able to deal with that forecheck through the opening 20 minutes. Colton Ellis was 5-1 with a .932 save percentage against the Bruins in the regular season. He's got 8 saves on 8 shots so far tonight. They're going to have to find a way to put multiple goals by him in this game as we're underway now here in the second. Corey Schooneman for Hunter Skinner for the T-Birds. Bruins had some turnovers, some penalties, some just rough play in that first period. They had their moments in on Ellis as well, but he was able to make all 8 saves. 3-on-2 quickly for the T-Birds. Pekka dropped back for Matt Luff. Into the middle, Arister goes off back glass and out of trouble with Patrick Brown. Brown on the left wing for VL. Kick save Ellis. Rebound is gloved down and out of traffic from Pekka. Pekka deep into the Bruins zone. Millman in between the circles. In traffic, Ortiz quickly onto it is Kaskamaki. As the Bruins are trying to make their breakouts, the T-Birds are not letting them cleanly get out of the zone as Loof sends one into the netting. Minute deep into the second. Face off to the right side of DiPietro. The Dvorsky line that created the first goal for the T-Birds in this game is out there on the ice now for Springfield and head coach Steve Konowalchuk. At center, it's Leo Loof. Dumped into the corner, Mason Millman. Dvorsky into the circle. Patra can't get it out of the zone. Loof off the wall. Dumped around and handled Patra. With speed, Ortiz. Lushmilis tried up the wall for Lettieri. Is quickly intercepted by Kaskamaki. Ortiz shovels it out. Lushmilis for Patra. 4 T-Birds surround him. Patra carries it into the circle looking for Lettieri off of a body. Lettieri dumps it around into the opposite corner. Nobody there. Leo Loof goes back for it for the T-Birds. Just about 2 minutes gone in the second period. Still 2-0 Springfield. In the middle is Dvorsky. In on DiPietro, a glove save and a freeze there. 17:58 left. Face off to the right side of DiPietro, who's now made 7 saves in the game. Was named the Baz Batchin Award winner for the best goaltender in the AHL earlier today. Certainly a deserved choice. Chipped into the middle for John Farinacci. Surrounded by 3 T-Birds. Off a body, collected by Mizule. Dropped back now. Lysell into the middle, fires a shot that's blocked, and that one goes into the netting. Have not been able to get shots through traffic. The ones they have been saved by Ellis, all 11 of them so far. And just struggling with the hard forecheck of the T-Birds when trying to get out of their own zone. It directly created one of the goals by the T-Birds as we have our first Bruin power play of the game. Penalty is on Michael Bushinger for the Thunderbirds. And a golden chance now for the Bruins to cut the deficit in half. Face off to the left side of Ellis. Penalty is on Bushinger for high sticking. And for every power play goal scored by the P Bruins during the regular season, Rhode Island Energy donated $25 in support of first responders and P Bruins community partners. This season, the Providence Bruins recorded 29 power play goals, meaning a total donation of $725, courtesy of Rhode Island Energy. Lettieri to the circle. Patra can't handle the pass. It's shipped out by Loof. A 4-minute double minor for high sticking. Even bigger on Bushinger. Lettieri scooted down, handled by Ellis, stumped behind Loof. Into the circle, easy pass to Pekka. They'll play keep away with Corey Schoeneman. He'll clear it down the length of the sheet. 35 seconds gone on the penalty. Double minor for high sticking on Michael Bushinger. Ian Mitchell drops it back for Matt Patra. Patra rims it hard around for the waiting Lettieri. He lets it go. Back into the opposite corner as a Bruin burned a tire. That was Brown. Up the left wing, Hugh McGing for the T-Birds. He's got space. McGing, a shot. That one flashes wide. Lettieri along the far side. Stopped there by McGing, able to feed it through to Brown. No shots yet on the man advantage for the Bruins. More than a minute gone on the double minor. Crowd getting anxious. They want the Bruins to go. Still trapped in their own zone. Riley Tufte through traffic. Left wing pass, Tufte in tight. Backhand stays out. Real chance, they score. It's Wahlstrom. It's 2-1. That's the break they needed. Oliver Wahlstrom halves the score. It's 2-1 Springfield. 3:44 into the second. Had 9 goals in the regular season, and Oliver Wahlstrom gets his first of the playoffs. So the Bruins will stay on the power play now for 2 more minutes. As a result of the double minor, their 13th shot of the game finally goes in, courtesy of Oliver Wahlstrom. Pass up the left wing from Schoeneman, collected Andonovsky, and a one-timer. Kaskamaki goes off back glass, handled by Lysell. Bruins now have a chance on the power play to tie it. 2-1 game. Oliver Wahlstrom the goal at 3:44 of the second on the power play. A great entry on that play from Riley Tufte as well. He went all the way in, hit the post, past Ellis, and Wahlstrom put home the rebound. Frederick Brunet to center. 1.5 to go on the penalty. Tufte through the middle. Right wing pass now for Pitlick. He'll rim it around for Wahlstrom, who tapped it off his stick. Alexandrov, he'll clear it. Brunet will chase it. It is Wahlstrom from Lysell and Tufte at 3:44 on the power play. Patrick Brown, now with speed, it's Lettieri. Right wing pass for Brown. He'll rim it around softly for the waiting Lushmilis. Lushmilis down the half wall. Up top now to Ian Mitchell. Down for Lettieri. Lettieri has Patra below the end line. Back for Lettieri in the left circle. A shot deflects. That one goes off the corner boards. Up the wall, Lushmilis handles it well. Lettieri, Mitchell. Lettieri one-timer, kick saved by Ellis. Dish to the corner for Patrick Brown. He'll send it back to the near side for Don Slushmilis. Plays catch in the circle with Patra. Mitchell tries to send one in. Deflects over to Lushmilis. Mitchell handles it. Lushmilis to the bumper for Patra. Lushmilis to the backside. A great pass just a little bit off the mark for Lettieri. 12 seconds left on the penalty. Looking down low, can't clear. Mitchell couldn't hold it. That'll do it for the man advantage. So Springfield kills off the last 2 minutes. And we're back to even strength in a 2-1 game. The crowd wanted a call behind the play. That might have been a trip on Tanner Dickinson. No call as it's sent onto the right wing for Drew Callan. Coming up on 14 minutes to go in the second period in a 2-1 game. Samuel Johannesson twists and turns up the left wing now to Leo Loof with speeds now for Corey Andonovsky. Andonovsky, a wrister's chest save by DiPietro. He'll cover it up, and we've got stuff after the whistle. These two teams played 12 times in the regular season. This is the 13th matchup of the year between these teams. They do not like each other one bit. First media timeout to take of the second. Bruins are back in it. It's 2-1 thanks to the goal in the power play by Oliver Wahlstrom. .49 to go in the second period. Providence has halved the lead. It's 2-1 Springfield. And fans experience the AHL like never before with AHL TV on Flow Hockey. Catch every game as your Providence Bruins compete in the 2025 Calder Cup playoffs. Watch HD quality streams, live or on demand from wherever you are. On your desktop, laptop, tablet, phone, smart TV, or OTT device. Visit flowhockey.tv to join now and never miss a moment of AHL playoff action. Austin Rook with you here on AHL TV. 13:49 to go in the second period. Providence looking to at least keep it here, 2-1, as they win the draw in their defensive zone. Had a goal on the power play from Oliver Wahlstrom, the double minor penalty for high sticking on Michael Bushinger. Creates a goal for the Bruins. 13:30 to go in the second. Deflected in from Alec Kaskamaki. Mason Millman to Chris Ortiz, two players that started the season in the ACHL, playing on a D pair for the Bruins in the AHL playoffs. Kept in well by Schoenemann. Down the wall, handled by Kaskamaki. Fisted forward, Riley Duran battling for it. Zach Dean there for the T-Birds. Squirts free to Schoenemann along the line. Skinner a slap shot, and that one ends up being a changeup in on DiPietro. He had to kind of time it well to get a piece of it. Dvorsky tried the one-timer and fanned. And out of the zone comes Durant. 12:45 to go in the second period as that puck goes out of play. And we get a whistle at 12:43 to go. Face-off will be at center ice. 12:43 to go here in the second. Mizuel in deep, handled by Ellis. Nikita Alexandrov, the danger man for the T-Birds. Left wing pass for Matt Pekka. Handled by the Bruin captain behind the net, Brown. Had a stick lifted by Matt Luff. Scooted up the wall by Mizuel. Pass into the middle by Pitlick. VL trying to spring onto it deep into the T-Bird zone. Sends a man flying in Loof. Down the wall for Brown. Mizuel a shot, that one blocked up high by Luff. All the way back to center. 12 minutes to go in the period. Deflected by VL, sent right back to center for Alexandrov. Crisp pass cross ice for Pekka. To the arriving Bushinger off the bench. Arister saved DiPietro out of trouble from Mizul. Good defensive play by 93 in the black and gold. Daniil Mizul as the Bruins try to get it into the zone to get a change, and they just barely do. Michael Bushinger up the far side. Alexandrov will dump it into the corner. On the diagonal for Mitchell to chase. Glove down in the circle. Handled well. Bushinger tries to keep it in the zone. He does. Blocked out front. The Bruins can escape left to right. Lettieri slides it in. Turned over. Lushmilis trying to send one out front. Patra couldn't get a stick on it. Turned over by Colton Ellis. Maybe his first mistake of the game there. Bruins can't capitalize as Patra gets forced off the puck. Lushmilis, good touch pass. Lettieri drops back. Patra shoots. Save Ellis. Rebound chance and another save. In tight on Ellis. Loose puck can't be put home. Ellis makes 3 saves. Bruins have a different beat to them right now as Lettieri sends Bushinger crashing to the ice. Rimmed around hard, sent back around, held in at the point by Mitchell. Loose puck, Lushmilis tries to touch into the middle, and Danovsky spun him out. And Stenberg will collect the loose change and chip it in so the T-Birds can get a much-needed change. Mitchell tries to go quickly up the wall. Behind the net is John Farinacci. 10:15 to go in the second. Ortiz, Arister, that one not far off. A rebound chance goes off the skate and wide. Bruins are firing everything they can on net right now. Farinacci will twist one around to the waiting Mason Millman. Up high, a one-timer. Tufty save by Ellis. $9:50 to go in the second. T-Birds turn it over again. Tufty save Ellis. Shot that one from in between the circles up high as the Bruins continue to buzz the Springfield netminder, but he's holding strong for now. That one flipped into the netting by Fraser Minton. Crowd with a round of applause for the Bruins' effort over the last 5+ minutes since the goal. They are pushing for a second. Media timeout, 9:35 to go in the second, 2-1 in favor of the T-Birds. $9:35 to go in the second period. Bruins now doubling up the T-Birds in shots, almost 17-9, as the Bruins have outshot Springfield 9-1 here in the second. Just the response you needed. They got their break, scoring on the power play. Last 5 shots of this game have been by the Bruins. Just a different sense of urgency for this Bruins team. But they still trail by a goal. Have to keep it here at the very least. Springfield very dangerous as well. Chased down by Mizul up the wall. Have to watch the defensive zone turnovers as the Bruins struggle with that in the first period. Oliver Wallstrom, the Bruin goal scorer, dish back to Mike Callahan. Callahan has space on the right side. Wallstrom, nice pass into the middle for Fraser Minton. Wallstrom back for Minton, who goes down the wall to Wallstrom. Shielding it away from a Springfield defender, Hunter Skinner. Behind the net now to Riley Durant. Durant Watched there by two T-Bird players. Pass up top, Mitchell waiting for it. Dvorsky beat him to it. Flipped in on DiPietro. He'll paddle it aside for Ian Mitchell. 8.5 to go, second period, 2-1 game. Up the wall for VL. Nice pass for Pitlick. Pitlick gets a shot away and fought off by Ellis. Pitlick tried to drag him on the rebound and couldn't pull the trigger. Had him completely fooled to the backhand side, just could not get the puck off his stick. Sent back in by Pitlick, just wide. Down the wall, Brunet, now behind the net. Brunet still holds it in the circle, has to hold strong here, able to send it back down. VL shielded away from it. Pitlick into the corner. Pitlick, wrister, fought off, it was blocked. Back behind the net for Jeffrey VL, shoveled out front, save Ellis again on the chance for Patrick Brown. Back the other way come the T-Birds. Up the left wing is Love for an open Pekka, to save by DiPietro. Big moment there as Colton Ellis is keeping this one in favor of his T-Birds. .7:42 left to go in the second. That chance by Pekka just now was their best of the second period. Shots are now 19-10 Providence, who still trail by a goal. It's 2-1. 7:42 to go here in the second period. Farinacci gets tossed out of the circle. Tied up Otto Stenberg. McGing a shot. Easy save for DiPietro. Now behind the net for Ortiz. Turned it over in the corner. Endonovsky into the middle. A nice pass from McGing. It was picked off by Lettieri. Stopped there by Ellis as he tried to settle it down. Finally did. Lettieri was out there on that last shift with John Farinacci and Matt Patra. He's switching things up, the Bruins bench. And now they'll get Patra and Leshmilis out there with Lettieri. Millman and Ortiz there on defense. Potsy will take the draw to the left side of Ellis with 7:24 to go here in the second. Patra wins the draw. Pie to Ortiz, a wrister in and out of the glove of Ellis. And then they blow the whistle. For what? Puck was still alive. What in the world was that? Face-off will stay in the T-Birds' end. Just got to win another draw. McGing gets tossed out of the circle. Stenberg will take it, the rookie. Patra wins the draw. Leshmilis, that one blocked. Now into the stick of Lettieri. He'll fire one. Save Ellis. Rebound chance. Patra couldn't get a stick on it. The pass up the wall was intercepted by Endonovsky. Quickly sent off the near wall to Schooneman. Now Lettieri on the right wing. 7 minutes to go, second period. Lettieri off a skate. Corey Endonovsky off Hunter Skinner. Bruins tie him up. Patra up high in between the circles. Matt Patra to the near side for Callahan. Michael Callahan. Leshmilis, a shot. That one goes wide all the way to an arriving Mizule. Leshmilis tries to hold it, but lost the puck to Stenberg. Otto Stenberg gets hip checked by Callahan, separating him for the puck. He goes out for a change. Terry back for Callahan. Around the wall where it's gloved down by Patra. Doesn't have much support. Tufte there. He'll go into the corner. Patra will go out for a change. Tufte 1-on-3 right now. And now onto the stick of Johannesson. Samuel Johannesson into the corner. Brunet up the wall. Tufte tried to get it out, and he does. Only as far as Loof at center and sent right back into the Providence set. Under 6 minutes to go in the second. Still 2-1 Springfield. Up the right wing boards for Lysell, who tries to pivot with it, and he does. Up the wall, Tufte tries to chop it into the zone. Stopped there by Harrington. Out wide to Zach Dean, gets a shot away. DiPietro way out of his crease. Trying to cut down the angle. Held down by Harrington. Into the corner. Jostling with it, Bushinger coming out. Lysell, dish to center. It's handled by Harrington. Bushinger out wide to the right side. Kaskamaki will throw it Coffin corner. Bushinger can't stop it at center. Harrington up the wall to Bushinger. Now skating onto it, Dvorsky, the Springfield rookie. Dvorsky kicks it back onto his stick. Fed into the middle, picked off by the Bruin captain, Brown. Brown through the middle, right side Lysell. Has some space, Lysell dances with it. Cross-ice pass off the stick of VL. VL back off the wall, backhand chance. Skinner blocked it out front. VL, the rebound chance kicked away by Dvorsky. And now possessing is Alexandrov. Alexandrov out wide to Matthew Pekka. Gets it in deep, handled by DiPietro behind the net. Had to get rid of it quickly. Good pass up top to Leo Loof, looking for the tip. DiPietro, the save on the deflection. He sprawls out and makes the save on the rebound chance. Another good chance for the T-Birds to potentially go back up by 2. It holds at 2-1 with 4:27 to play here in the second. Final media timeout to take in the second period. Providence, again, knocking on the door. It's still 2-1, though.
Congratulations. Your homosexual coupon for free small chili with any purchase at participating Wendy's location.
Face-off will be in the Bruins zone after the restart. 4:27 to go in this second period. Austin Rook with you here on AHL TV. It was 2-0 T-Birds after 1. Bruins have answered with 1 back here in the second period at 3:44 by Oliver Wahlstrom on the power play. Bruins out shooting the T-Birds right now 22-12. The T-Birds lead, of course, where it counts in this pivotal Game 1 of a best-of-3. Tyler Pitlick in the middle. VL off the glove of Ellis. Collected by Pitlick. Trimmed around looking for Brown. Didn't get all the way through. Stopped by Loof, who sends one in. A turnover by Brown. Held in nicely by Pitlick. Fired it right into the skates of Brown, who handles it. Dumped into the corner. Pitlick. Hard hit for Johannesson, who struggles back to his feet. T-Birds able to get the puck up ice, though. Out wide for Alexandrov. Tries to go around Ortiz. Picked off by Callahan in front of the net. Ortiz tied up by Alexandrov. Able to win it forward for Brown. Can't get it out of the zone. Pitlick handling Schooneman, who wins out. Behind the net for the T-Birds. 3.5 to go in the frame. Ortiz. Oh, that's an interesting call by the referee on Chris Ortiz behind the net. He was looking right at him. Crowd doesn't like it. It looked like an okay call from here. But Ortiz will get the cross-checking call, and all momentum for the Bruins could be halted here. So they'll go on the kill for the second time in this game, as Ewell had one in the first. Ortiz now in the second. Cross-checking the call with 3:25 to go in the second period. This is a big, big moment in this game. T-Birds win the draw. Bushinger up high. Quickly sent over to Kaskamaki. That one blocked up high off the stick of Fraser Minton. 16 seconds gone, or excuse me, 6 seconds gone off the penalty to Ortiz for cross-checking. 3:19 to go second period. A big kill coming up here for the Bruins. Callan will take the draw. Bruins win the draw. Mike Callahan, he'll clear it from the left side. Ellis behind the net, tossed into the corner. I don't know if you can hear that on AHL TV, but crowd displeased with the referee. You can only imagine what the fans here in Providence are saying. Callahan behind the net for Providence. Tossed into the corner. It's picked off there by Otto Stenberg. 40 seconds gone off the penalty. Dean into the circle, off of a stick, and Farinacci will clear it. Both teams change out personnel. 2.5 to go in the second period. Coming up on a minute to go on the Ortiz penalty. Alexandrov for Springfield. Drop back for Dvorsky. Now for Matthew Pekka. Left side, goes off of a stick off the far wall. Brunet, Mitchell tossed around the corner boards, up the wall for Johannesson. Matt Luff indirect now for Alexandrov, who tries to take it off the wall. One touch collected by a Bruin, and it's cleared just to center. Johannesson. Toss in the neutral zone for Nikita Alexandrov. 35 seconds left on the kill, 2 minutes to go in the period. Nikita Alexandrov with speed. More than a point per game this year in limited action. Alexandrov off the wall, shielded by Brunet, wins it over to Dvorsky. Now Pekka behind the net. Matthew Pekka sets up behind the net, now for Johannesson up top, cycles it down to Pekka. 15 seconds on the man advantage. Pekka drops it back for Johannesson. Tried to wrist it to the other side, no lane there. Goes to the backside now, Alexandrov. Slid it in the middle and a shot. That one flashes off the back glass, collected by the T-Birds. Up top, Johannesson. Penalty expires. Goes down low, looking for Pekka in tight. DiPietro the save. Bruins escape, but it went off of the back of the skate of Ortiz, sent back into the zone. Into the corner, Brunet can't get it out. Ortiz, miscommunication with Fraser Minton, still can't get it out. Minton finally skies it out into the T-Bird zone where it's gloved down there. A minute to go. Mitchell behind the net. Sent around by Brunet. Tried for Patra up the wall. T-Birds holding the Bruins in the zone. McGing. Twisted around to Skinner at the right point. Dickinson twirls one in. Stopped by McGing. Sends it to the backside. Rister, that one saved. Lettieri. And Danovsky handles him. Brunet open on the left side. Bruins able to get it out to center. A bad hit behind the play on Patra. And no call again. Some bad blood between these teams for what happened at the end of the game on March the 30th. A hit on Matt Patra there. Crowd really wants a call there. Lettieri with 12 on the clock. To the backside, Patra looking for Lettieri. A good pass on the deflection by Schoenemann. And now Dickinson can skate it out. And that should do it for the second. Crowd booing because they don't like the call on Ortiz nor the non-call on the T-Birds right at the end of the second period, but those hits are going to happen in the playoffs. You just kind of have to live with it. 40 minutes gone here at the Amp. The Bruins get one back. It is 2-1 Springfield after 40 minutes of play here at the Amp. Oliver Wallstrom, the power play goal at 3:44 of the second period. Big third period coming up in Game 1 of a best-of-3. This is Providence Bruins hockey on AHL TV. Game 1 of the best of 3 goes to the final frame. It's 2-1 Springfield over Providence after 40 minutes of play here in the 401. Hi again, everyone. Austin Rook with you here on AHL TV. Providence came in as the 3 seed, 41 wins in the regular season. They lost 7 of those. 7 of their 23 losses on the year were to these T-Birds. They hold a 2-1 lead after 40 here at the Imp. It was 2-0 after 1. Oliver Wallstrom got the lone goal of the second on the power play at 3:44 from Fabian Lysell and Riley Tufte. Shots after 40 minutes, 22-13 in favor of the black and gold. As we get ready to start play here in the third period, 21 saves for Springfield's Colton Ellis, who at times during that second period was keeping his team in it, keeping it in favor of the T-Birds. 11 saves for Michael DiPietro, who had a much better second period than he did a first. Winner of the best goaltender in the AHL, the Baz Bastian Award. It was announced this morning. Brown, VL, and Pitlick will start things off in the third for the Bruins. 20 minutes to go in this game. Frederick Brunet, left wing pass for Jeffrey VL. Bruins have lost 6 straight series in the AHL playoffs. They have not advanced past the first round or past at least the semifinals if they've gotten a bye since 2017. Mitchell fakes the shot, fires the shot, rebound chance, backhand, and we're going to get a penalty. VL couldn't put home the rebound off the initial shot from Ian Mitchell, and the Bruins, 35 seconds into the third, will go on the power play. It's their second power play of the game. They scored on the first one. Penalty on Hunter Skinner, who started his pro career playing mostly against Providence for the Hartford Wolfpack in the season in Marlborough. It was now 4 seasons ago. He's certainly improved his game, and he is a rock on the back end for the T-Birds. But he commits the penalty there. Patrick Brown wins the draw for the Bruins. Ian Mitchell up high, down the wall to Dans Lashmilis. Tripping the call on Skinner. Mitchell. Lettieri back for Mitchell. Lashmilis back for Mitchell. To the right side, back down low for Lashmilis. Has Patra in the bumper, goes up high instead. Now Lettieri, a one-timer, blocked out front. Bruins keep it in with Brown. Back up the wall to Lettieri at the point. Rebound tip there for Brown. Just over the bar. Mitchell at the right point. Now to Lettieri, top of the circle. Back up high to Mitchell. Looking for the tip on that wrister. Went wide. Brown couldn't get a tip. Brown wheels it around for Lettieri, bottom of the circle. Lettieri tried to send it across, kicked away by Schoeneman. Schoeneman only as far as Lashmilis at the right hash. Lettieri back for Lashmilis. Minute and a half deep into the third. Mitchell from Lettieri. Lettieri in the circle, has a little bit of a lane, goes down low, trying to stuff it home. Patra, he can't do it. Ellis makes the save, and they clear. Second power play unit comes out there. Frederick Brunet will hold it. He'll drop it back for Riley Tufte. Tufte out wide, rims it around for Lysell, lets it go to Pitlick. Trapped there by Scott Harrington, who tries to clear it on the backhand, and he does, just as far as Brunet at his own blue line. Brunet around the wall now, 22 seconds left on the penalty. Drew Callan, he'll clear it. Good kill for the T-Birds. Much needed at the start of this third period. 2.5 minutes deep now. Brunet skates out to center. Drop back for Fabian Lysell, who splits the D. Lysell lost it off his stick, trips into the corner. Loof plasters him to the boards with a hard hit. No call again, letting the physical play go. We're back to 5-on-5. Well, Lysell wants to go with Loof after it. And they're going to have to be separated. It was a bad hit from Leo Loof. Lysell retaliates. Now the question is, who's going to get a penalty here? Looks like both players are going to go for roughing. Lysell's lucky that he didn't get the only call there, as he certainly instigated that, but Loof and Lysell were both sit. T-Birds kill off the penalty on Skinner. Bruins only got one shot on net. Matching roughing calls on Leo Loof and Fabian Lysell. So we're going to play 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. 17-12 to go in the third. Off the face-off, puck goes into the bench. Brown will take the draw for the Bruins. Chris Ortiz, who committed a questionable cross-checking call at the end of the second that was killed off by Providence. Millman through the middle now. Around for Pitlick. Pitlick in the left circle, to the top of it. Out wide to Ortiz. Down the wall now to Pitlick. Shifts with it, shielded away from goal. Now to an open Ortiz, a wrister save. Ellis, it squirts free. Nobody there on the backside. Now to Pekka, right side. Matthew Pekka into the circle. Over to Alexandrov, touches it over to Hunter Skinner. Down the wall now to Pekka, cycles with it up top. Around Brown, stick check. Looking across for the tip for Pekka. Good set play, but it went wide. Now Brown to the red line. Just trickles it into the Springfield zone, coming up on 16 minutes to go in the third. 55 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Skinner out wide, stops in front of Callahan. A wrister flashes wide off the stick of Matt Luff. Collected now by Brunet behind the net. Brunet for Callahan. Into the middle, Vinny Lettieri. 21 goals in the regular season for Vinny. He'll wait and dish back for Brunet. Top of the circle. Minton. Callahan. Touched into the middle by Lettieri, looking for Minton. It was picked off by Schooneman, who turned it over to Lettieri. Lettieri in the circle. Minton lost it off his stick. Matt Luff cycles it back to his goaltender behind the net. We're back to 5-on-5 as Loof and Lysell come out. 15:05 to go in this third period. Patra, the head of the snake on the forecheck. Corey Andonovski chips it behind the Providence net. Andonovski in the corner as Mitchell goes down to the deck. Blocked by a Bruins stick. Farinacci tries to exit the zone. Was picked off by Dean. Off a skate. Slap shot. Save DiPietro. Mitchell out of traffic into the corner. Mizuel behind the net. Left wing pass, Tufte. Drop back now for Mitchell. 14:35 to go. Mitchell in from the red line. An easy save for Ellis. He'll make the cover and get a stoppage for his team at 14:32 on the clock here in the third. Still 2-1 Springfield. Lettieri, Lashmilis, and Patra. That line out there on the ice. Millman and Ortiz on defense. Lettieri after the faceoff win. Looks out front, takes it behind the net. Looking out front, Patra can't get a stick on it. And cleared out by Springfield. Alexandrov behind the net. Took it away from Millman. Wheels it up top to Skinner. Sent it off of Pekka, who Tried to one-hand it out of the zone. Lettieri can't be sprung by Brunet on a break. Cleared away by Ellis. Stopped there by Lushmilis in the corner. Patra wins it back. Ortiz looking for the tip from Lettieri. He gets thrashed down in the corner. Lettieri up top to Ortiz. Along the line, a soft wrister over to Minton, who tried to fire one in from a bad angle. When fanned on it, Lettieri met there by two T-Birds, lost possession, and Millman will have to track back for it. Through the middle. Patra now left wing pass for Lettieri. Chipped into the middle for Patra. Can't get a clean shot away. He'll pivot with it to the circle. Looking for the tip. Blocked. Lushmilis off the wall. Lettieri and a save by Ellis. Stopped by the skate of the referee. Bruins catch a break there and keep it in. Callahan. He gets dispossessed. Glove down well by Providence. They keep it in. Leo Louf tries to wheel it up the wall. First onto it is Jeffrey Viel. Viel behind the net now to Tyler Pitlick. To the point for Mizule. Across to Callahan. Wrister, and that one got a piece of Ellis and went wide. Brown will wheel one up top now. Mizule stops it there. Bruins with some extended zone time. Brown backhands it into the opposite corner. Pitlick there. Callahan couldn't stop it. Pitlick sends Harrington down. No call. 12:45 left in the third. Quickly up to the line for Brown, who drops it back for Viel. Shifts it over to Pitlick. Backhand goes wide. Tried to chip it over the goaltender. Didn't get all of it. Brunet sends one in. Goes off of the leg of Andonovski into the corner. Wheeled behind the net. Stopped there by Harrington. Fresh off the bench is Mitchell. He'll rim one around. To the near side now for Brunet at the point. Sends one right back into the opposite corner for Mitchell. That one canceled out by a T-Bird stick. Goes all the way down. Should be an icing. And it is. 12-12 left in the third. No timeout on the icing. 28-14. The Bruins have the advantage in shots, officially doubling up the T-Birds right now, but the T-Birds have a 2-1 lead with just over 12 minutes to go in the third period. Face off to the right side of Ellis, who's made 27 saves so far in this game. He's been really good. Off the draw, Wallstrom a shot, and he picks it out of the air. Ellis, so nonchalant, makes his 28th save. And we'll hit our first media timeout of the third. Providence again knocking on the door, but still trailing 2-1. .12:09 to go in this third period. Bruins out shooting the T-Birds now 30-14 as the faceoff will be in Ellis's end again. 29 saves for the Nova Scotia native. Ellis lost his last 4 starts of the regular season in 7 of his last 9. But the beauty of the playoffs is that everyone is 0-0. He has been really good tonight. Dumped into the Bruins corner, collected by Brunet. Behind the net looking for Mitchell. Twisted up the wall looking for Brown. Viel. Schooneman. Tapped in, handled by Brunet again. Off the wall looking for Viel. One-handed in by Brown. Pitlick will chase it. Pitlick. Behind the net looking for Brown. Pinching down is Brunet. He'll wheel one behind for Pitlick. Back for Brown. Sets up behind the net. Brown into the corner. Tossed off the wall to Mitchell. Back down the wall to Brown. Found it in his skates. Dish to VL. VL wheels a wrister, nearly found Pitlick. Slap shot, Brunet, save by Ellis. With the shaft of the stick in the circle, Brown stick handling around, fired it only as far as the skate of Matt Luff, and he was able to kick it out. 11 minutes to go. T-Birds hanging on right now. Mitchell through the middle, tapped over to Fraser Minton with a hat step. Minton a shot, saved by Ellis. Minton up the wall. Had a hat trick against Springfield earlier this year, saved by Ellis as he got that one through. Ortiz shovels it down behind the wall. Duran and Chase. Loof up the wall now. Held in, Wallstrom had to feed it back out to Ortiz at center. Along the line, the red line, looking for Millman. Too hot on that pass. Ortiz will collect and wheel it up the wall, but not out. Down the wall, Dvorsky. Up high, Bushinger to Harrington. A shot, kick, save! And the rebound chased wide. Harrington a one-timer. That one rings the post. They celebrate, but it's waved off. It went bar down, but stayed out. Bruins might have caught a break there. Callahan chases it down. Mizule up the wall. In the middle, Lettieri. Left wing pass for Patra, who holds on side. Picked off by Skinner, 9:40 to go. Up the wall looking for Lettieri was Patra. Pass was picked off. Dumped into the corner. Callahan held by McGing. Stenberg now, hugged aside by Mizule. Back the other way come the Bruins. Not numbers. Patra enters the zone at the end of his shift. Lettieri on the diagonal, taken off the wall by Patra. Tufty in there as well. Drew Callan trying to stick it away. Now Johannesson behind the net. Tries to wheel it up the wall. Stopped there by his own teammate inadvertently there. 9 minutes to go in the third. Leo Loof in the left corner. Deflected off the stick of Brown into the Bruins zone. Drew Callan. Gathered by Brunet. Pitlick dumps it into the zone. Corey Schooneman stopped by Pitlick. Into the middle now. Come the T-Birds. 8:35 to go in the third. Bruins still trail by a goal, and a penalty here coming up. It's going to be on Tanner Dickinson of the T-Birds. It is going to be for another high stick. That one on Brunet as they check for the blood. It's going to be another 4 minutes. Oh my goodness. The second of the game. It drew blood. 8:26 left. Media timeout. A 4-minute power play coming up for the Bruins. Their second of the game.
Your attention, please. Recent play on the ice is under official review.
Looks like they're going to review the goal right now. 8:26 left. Right now, a double minor for high sticking on Tanner Dickinson at 11:34 of the third period. You're going to see if that puck went in about a minute and a half earlier. The Providence Bruins continue their first-round playoff series on Friday at Springfield, with Game 2 scheduled to start at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss a minute of the action with AHL TV live on Flow Hockey. If necessary, a deciding Game 3 will be here at the Amp on Sunday at 3:05. Stay tuned to ProvidenceBruins.com and our social channels for the latest updates and ticket information. The call stands. It is no goal. 8:26 to go in this third period. 4 minutes goes up on the board. A double minor for high sticking. The second one of the game on the T-Birds. The Bruins scored on the first one. Tanner Dickinson, the perpetrator. There will not be a better chance to tie it. Bruins on the power play this year were third in the league. They are 1 for 2 tonight. T-Birds were not good on the PK this year, 25th in the league in the regular season. But it starts with a face-off win. They can't win it. Trapped behind the net and held in well by Mitchell at the point. Down the wall was picked off by Loof. Tried to clear it and couldn't. Patra got in the way of the pass, and back the other way come the T-Birds. Pekka will flip it. Behind the net, Alexandrov there. He'll chase it into the corner, but first onto it is Ian Mitchell. He'll carry it through center. Slides it along the left wing to Dans Leshmilis. Fed around for Brown. He'll send it right back for Leshmilis, who couldn't hold it along the wall, and it's backed into the Bruins zone for Ian Mitchell. 7:45 to go in the third. Mitchell drops it for Vinny Lettieri. Left side, Leshmilis chapped along the wall for Lettieri. Backhanded along for Brown, who fanned on the pass, and back the other way come the T-Birds. Not a great start in the opening minute of the 4. Mitchell in between the circles. Riley Tufte now. Tufte splits them. Pitlick into the corner. Stopped there by Harrington. Pitlick has it behind the net. Goes off the wall. Handled by Wallstrom. Up top for Brunet. Back for Wallstrom. Wallstrom couldn't glove it. Handled by Brunet just barely inside the zone at the point. Pitlick tries to dance around. T-Birds can't clear it out. Held in by Brunet. Out wide, Lysell on the diagonal for Wallstrom. Shoots! Save Ellis. Rebound chance comes to a Springfield stick, and it's cleared. 2:10 to go on the penalty. Brunet skates it right to left for Providence. Tries to split the D, and it's poked off him. Alexandrov tried to feed it into the middle, but picked off by Brunet. Not enough on that pass to Pekka. 1:55 on the penalty to Dickinson. Getting late in this third, 6:15 left. Crowd wants him to go. Brunet to center, drops it back for Matt Patra. Brunet goes out for a change. Patra gets it in deep. Brown will chase it. Loof stops it up the wall. Lettieri tried to feed it up for Patra. Stopped there by the T-Birds. Patra can't get it up to the point. Poked through the legs by Lettieri. Able to feed it around for Leshmilis. Trying to set things up behind the net for Brown. Up top to Lettieri at the right point. Mitchell. Down the wall, Lettieri. Back for Mitchell. Over to Vinny in the right circle. Slides it. Patra! That one saved by Ellis. Up high to Mitchell. 1:05 on the penalty. Out wide now to Lettieri. Drop back for Mitchell. A one-timer and a save by Ellis. 35 saves for Colton Ellis. 1 minute to go on the Dickinson penalty. 5:27 to go in the third. Bruins looking for a late one. 5:27 to go. Pitlick can't win the draw. Skinner wraps it around, and he will clear it. T-Birds doing some serious work on this penalty kill. Brunet through traffic. He'll drop it back. Handled by Lysell. Gathers it. Looking for Tufte, the tip, and the save by Ellis again, and cleared again. Bruins are getting their shots through. 35 saves right now for Colton Ellis. Left wing pass, Oliver Wallstrom. Drop back for Brunet. 23 seconds left on the penalty. Harrington ties it up behind the net. Skinner there. Wallstrom there for Providence. Up the wall. Brunet. Wrister, saved by Ellis. Rebound chance! Wallstrom couldn't put it home on the backhand. Brunet. Right side, Lysell. Up high to Brunet. Pitlick. Lysell looking for Pitlick. Trying to put it home was Wallstrom on the backhand, and the Springfield Thunderbirds kill it off. Wallstrom behind the net. Left side, Lysell. Tufte, a shot goes off a leg into the corner. Big stones from the T-Birds on that kill. They'll go and get a change. 4 minutes to go. Ortiz into the corner, Lysell behind the net for Fraser Minton. Stopped there by Zach Dean. Scooped out but gloved by Ortiz. Tried to send it in off a deflection, went off Minton's body. Cleared out by Schoeneman. That's going to go all the way down. And it's touched by DiPietro just barely, so it negates the icing. Quickly back up the left wing for John Farinacci. 3:35 to go in the third. Up the wall, Minton out of the pack. It squirts free to center. It's gathered by Mazule. Across to Callahan. Chipped along the line. Miscommunication there, or it's gloved down. Farinacci can't fish it out of his skates. Gathered by Luff. T-Birds can settle things down for a bit. 3:15 to go. Michael Callahan for Daniil Mazule. Advances it for Vinny Lettieri. Shrugged off it by Andonovski. He'll chase it in himself. Loof will gather it behind the Springfield net. Under 3 minutes to go. Andonovski tries to split the D and go in on DiPietro. Stops off of a Bruins skate into the corner. Sent behind the net. Over to Hugh McGing. Bottom of the circle. A one-timer. Didn't get all the way through to DiPietro. It was a change-up that couldn't be put home on the tip by Stenberg. Now Tufte back the other way. 2.5 to go. DiPietro still in the net for now. Brunet the pinch. Able to win the race to the puck with Andonovski. Behind the net looking for Tufte. It was gathered by Schoeneman. Mitchell keeps it in. Body's hitting the deck behind the line as Mitchell will twist a backhand back into his own zone for Frederic Brunet. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. Who will have any potential heroics? Brunet, top of the circle. Under 2 to go. Pitlick shifts one into the opposite corner for Brown. Back behind the net for Pitlick, who has VL out front. Still a loose puck, and it splits the Bruins D up top, and it comes all the way back into the zone. 100 seconds to go in the third. Millman quickly. VL in the middle. Glove down by Pitlick, who tries to shield it away from McGing. Cleared out to center. VL collects. 90 seconds left. Left wing pass for Mason Millman. Rister is blockered aside by Ellis. DiPietro still in the pipes. He can't go to the bench. Up the near side for Dvorsky. Brown. Glove down by the T-Birds. Trying for the empty net. It's going to go way wide, and it's going to be an icing on Springfield with 1:02 left. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Jeffrey VL commits a slashing penalty with 1 minute and 2 seconds left on the clock. Oh, boy. And now it's going to be really difficult to find a tying goal. 62 seconds left on the clock, and VL commits a penalty. The last 8 shots of this game have been by the Bruins, but Colton Ellis has held strong with 37 saves. The Bruins have been goalied in these last 2 periods for sure. So it looks like DiPietro might stay in the net for now, as the faceoff will be, he'll stay in the net as the faceoff will be in his zone. But if the Bruins can win the draw and get it up the ice, he'll go to the bench and try to make it 5-on-5. But it's going to be tough sledding as the Bruins are out shooting Springfield now 38-16. Bruins are out shooting the T-Birds since the first period, where Springfield pretty much dominated. They're out shooting them 30-8. 1 goal to show for it, and that's Colton Ellis' fault. He's been really good. Similar years, it's been Dylan Garand. Last 2 years, in fact. This year, it's Colton Ellis, who's been really good against the Bruins this year. 5-1, 9-3-2, save percentage in the regular season. He's been outstanding tonight. So for right now, 62 seconds left in regulation. It's 5-on-4. Bruins can't win the draw. 1 minute left. Mitchell up the wall, fed into the middle for Tyler Pitlick. 50 seconds left. There goes DiPietro. Pitlick one-hands it behind, sends Schoeneman crashing to the ice. Mitchell behind the net for Brown. Do the Bruins have a goal in them? Mitchell off of a leg, 35 seconds on the clock. Twisted around to Ian Mitchell. The diagonal for Lettieri, up high for Brunet. Looking for the tip, goes wide of the near post. Mitchell down the wall, 22 on the clock. Mitchell into the circle for Brown. Coming out with it is Brunet. Brunet has space. Brunet fires, kicked away. Lettieri on the rebound is behind the end line, 12 on the clock. Lettieri tries to shift one behind the net. Mitchell jostling with Schoeneman. 3 on the clock. Comes to Brunet, one tap and it goes wide. That'll do it. Springfield holds on behind Colton Ellis, who makes 39 saves, and they'll take a 1-0 lead home on Friday, looking to close the series out. 2-1 your final at the Amp. Colton Ellis is absolutely the hero here in the 401 as he single-handedly keeps his team in it in the last 2 periods, only giving up 1 goal in the game on 40 shots. That is a tough pill to swallow, as the T-Birds will now go home with a chance to close out the series and have a date with the Hershey Bears coming up next week with a win on Friday night at the Mass Mutual Center. Goals in the game from Springfield, Zach Dean and Matt Luff in the first. That was enough to win them the game. Oliver Wallstrom answered with a power play goal in the second at 3:44, and that was it. 2-1 your final. 40-15. The Bruins outshoot the T-Birds by 25, but cannot solve